Hello everyone, welcome to the Aduran region. I'm your host Aduran himself, and Merry Christmas for all of you that celebrated. If not, Happy Holidays. Today is December 25th, and as a result, we are going to be opening up a bunch of packs today. 4 of them, in fact, and they are going to be rather classic packs indeed, quite literally, from original sets. So we've got here a Spell Ruler, we've got a Dark Crisis, we've got a Metal Raiders, and an Invasion of Chaos pack. Now, these are not original packs from back in 2000 whatever. These are the newer remakes of them. I forget what the actual set was called, but there was a set that gave these 4 and then 2 other classic packs as unlimited versions. These are not those, however. These are just 9 per pack of these. So we shall just randomly put this behind my back and just randomly pick them out. So there was a set a few years ago that gave out those 4 and then 2 other classic packs, and to bring back the nostalgia feeling and yada yada yada. I want to think it's like Game Board Edition or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll go in this order. We'll go Spell Ruler first, then Invasion of Chaos, then Metal Raiders, and Dark Crisis. I'm gonna be honest. I'll recognize a lot of the cards in here, but I don't know which packs have which ones, and I also don't know if like the super rares and stuff are guaranteed in this. So 9 cards in every pack. Collect 65 common cards with 17 rare, 10 super rare, 10 ultra rare, and 2 secret rare cards. I don't think any of those are guaranteed. We could get 9 common cards. See right there, Konami, the English edition. It is not first edition. It is just your regular. Also, it's Spell Ruler. I think it was Magic Ruler in the beginning before Magic had their own sort of issues with it. So, let's get this underway. Let's also see if I can open this. There we go. Yeah, so let us pop this out and begin. You expect to see a lot of normal monsters. Expect to see a lot of monsters that have terrible effects. Expect to see not many. Expect to see a lot of classic cards as well. So with that said, let us begin with bang. Kotodame, level 3 Earth type monster. I was expecting smaller flavor text, or not flavor text, smaller effect text, but apparently that's not the case. So, it is a fairy with the effect. As long as this card remains face up on the field, more than one monster with the same name cannot exist face up on the field. So you can't have two like Blue Eyes, for example. If a monster with the same name as a face up monster on the field is normal summon, flip summon, special summon, or flipped face up later, it is destroyed. If monsters with the same name are summoned or flipped up at the same time, they're all destroyed. 1600 defense. This could have very, very niche play if you know a deck runs like a 3 of and they need all 3 of the 3 ofs. Alright. Next card. Horn of Light. You're going to see a bunch of equip spells as well, which they don't do too many of these days. Spell card, obviously. A monster equipped with this card increases its defense by 800 points. Wow. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points to place it on top of your deck. Because obviously, 800 defense points. You want that on cards these days, right? Oh, it's fun to see the classics. Gravekeeper's Servant. It's a continuous spell card. Unless your opponent sends one card from the top of his or her deck to the graveyard, he or she cannot declare an attack. I can see how that would be useful, especially in a Gravekeeper's deck where you're not able to access your graveyard. You're forcing your opponent to discard cards in order to attack. Yeah, I could see how this would be useful today. Next card, Commencement Dance. It is a ritual spell card, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yep. This card is used to ritual summon Performance of Sword. You must also tribute monsters whose total level stars equal 6 or more from your field or your hand. Straightforward enough. Next card, Horn of the Unicorn. It's a rare card. Rares, I don't... Answer this in the comments below because I don't exactly know. Are there guaranteed rares in every single one of these packs, or is this like the classic packs where you could get just a bunch of commons? Horn of the Unicorn, one of the most classic spell cards, equip spells cards. A monster equipped by this card increases its attack and defense by 700. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, it returns to the top of your deck. Yep. This card is a classic 700 attack boost, plus it goes back to the top of your deck. That's useful. Final Destiny. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I recognize this card all right. It's a spell card. Discard 5 cards from your hand. Destroy all cards on the field. So I was watching a playthrough of Reshift of Destruction, where Final Destiny is basically used as, alright, last resort. Just blow up the field and see what happens. So, this card is fun. Chorus of Sanctuary. Oh my gosh, there are so many spell cards here. This is crazy. Well, G, Andrew, I wonder why. It's probably because Yugioh, and I wonder why. It's probably because it's spell rulers right there. Anyway, it's a field spell card. Increase the defense of all of your defense position monsters by 500 points. What a field spell right there. Molten Destruction. It is a field spell card. Increase the attack of all fire monsters by 500 and decrease their defense by 400. This has that classic field spell of, this is not really an effect, this is just to boost your attack and defense. Kind of like the original anime, like the very first season before they made the rules up. There were field bonuses and stuff like that, and I feel like these were made to simulate that. Our final card in the set, Malevolent Nuzzler. Ooh, I know this card. An equip spell card. A monster equipped with this card increases its attack by 700 points. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could pay 500 life points to place it on top of your deck. So it's basically, if I'm not mistaken, let's see. Monster equipped with this card increases attack. It's basically a worse version of Horn of the Unicorn, because you pay to put it back on your top of your deck, and it only affects attack, while this affects attack and defense. If that's useful in any way, shape, or form. Alright, so look at all that. We got one monster, and the rest are spells. I don't think I've seen such disparity in my life. But we got Kododama, Horde of the Light, Gravekeeper's Servant, Commencement Dance, Horn of the Unicorn is our rare, Final Destiny, Course of Sanctuary, Molten Destruction, and Malevolent Nuzzler, which I will pick up right there. Cool. So let us move into the next pack, Invasion of Chaos. Now I am excited to see what's inside of these. Obviously, this deck had a bunch of spell cards in it. That one has a Black Magician of Chaos on the front of it. So obviously, there's a chance for that to be the main focus. Let us see what we get in this Invasion of Chaos pack. Alright, 9 cards in every pack. There are, let's see, 73 commons, 17 rares, 10 super rares, 10 ultra rares, and 2 secret rare cards. I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers basically that we pull a secret rare in one of these. I would be beyond excited if we pulled something insane like that. I mean, even the super rares and ultra rares would be really impressive, but to pull that secret rare would be crazy. So let's get underway. Start off with Grenmaju de Aiza. I know this card all too well. Level 3 fire type monster. The Fiend with the effect this card's attack and defense are equal to the number of your remove from play cards times 400. So if you banish a bunch of cards, this card gets really, really powerful. I remember there was a discussion if you just use Pot of Desires. The 10 cards out there, presto, this guy's 4,000 attack. Of course, this card has to be in your hand, and you've got to summon it, and that's a whole ordeal in and of itself. But you could see that working, potentially. Heart of the Underdog. It's a continuous spell card. During your draw phase, when you draw a normal monster, you can draw one more card by showing it to your opponent. Really good. This would be really great in the modern day, except nobody uses normal monsters, so it's kind of a dud in that aspect. If it was effects, though, then that would just be broken. Begone Knave, a continuous trap card. If a monster inflicts battle damage to a player, return the monster to the owner's hand. Interesting. The Thing in the Crater, a level 4 fire type monster. It's a pyro with the effect. When this card is destroyed and is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon a pyro type monster from your hand. Any pyro monster. The good, the bad, the uglies. Really good. I don't know how useful this would be now, but it seems like a good card all the same. Ultra Evolution Pill. What a rare to get. It's a spell card. Tribute one reptile monster on your side of the field and special summon a dino type monster from your hand. This card is really good. It's not as good nowadays because I think there's a double evolution pill or something like that was released relatively recently that is just an upgraded version of this. But this card was big back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of reptiles, we've got Granadora, I think. Level 4 water type monster, a reptile with the effect. When this card is normal summoned, flipped, or special summoned, increase your life points by 1,000 points. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you take 2,000 points of damage. That's kind of an iffy. It's a level 4 with 1,900 attack. These days, you expect at least 1,800 attack from your level 4s. So, this card was preventing a situation. It's so powerful with 1,900 attack. We've got a normal monster, Neo Bug, a level 4 Earth-type monster. It's an insect. A huge bug-like monster said to come from another planet. Gathers in swarms. 1,800 attack, 1,700 defense. This looks like a target for Rescue Rabbit, if you wanted to. Not as good as some of the other ones, like Megalo Smasher X, but yeah. Spell card, Salvage. This spell card, add 2 water monsters in your graveyard with an attack of 1,500 or less each to your hand. Okay. And finally, we've got Slipfeed. Slipfeed? This is the last card, right? Yep. It's a wind monster, level 4. Fairy effect. This card cannot be normal summon or set. This card can only be a special summon by removing from play one wind monster in your graveyard. When this card is destroyed as a result of battle and sent to the graveyard, your opponent discards one random card from their hand. Okay. This doesn't lose advantage. This is actually, you put this on the field. There's no need to cancel it out. You banish a card. Yeah, interesting. So to go over what we got in the Invasion of Chaos pack, we got Grandmanger de Aiza, Heart of the Underdog, Begong Knave, The Thing in the Crater, Ultra Evolution Pill, Grandora, Neobug, Salvage, and our Sylpheed right over here. So we got a lot more of a variety, at least, when it came to, monsters and not just all spell cards like in the Spell Ruler pack, which, you should have expected, but... Alright, so this opening has been going so cool so far. It's fun to see some of the classic packs they use in like video games and older sets and stuff like that from the classic days. Speaking of classic days, we're going to go into Metal Raiders right now. In the back of this, I can't see properly which monster that is. I think it's like Zora the Munt. I'm not 100% sure if that's the one in here. This card, 9 cards in every pack. Collect 100 commons, 22 rares, 10 super rares, 10 ultra rares, and 2 secret rare cards. There's a lot. This set is huge, it looks like. So we shall see what we get in this one. Alright, let us get going. We're going to start off with Crass Clown. Ooh, I know this card from the anime. Level 4, Dark type monster. It's a fiend with the effect when this card is changed from defense to attack position. Return a monster on your opponent's side of the field to the owner's hand. In a very, very niche setting, if you could somehow do this at the same time, if you could get this card in if you get this card in defense and then attack, you could just bounce back one of their links or fusion summon monsters or something like that, an extra deck monster. There's no way you could do that easily and effectively, but yeah, you can see that. Next up is a normal monster, because I saw it earlier. It's Killer Needle, level 4 wind type. It's an insect, a huge bee with exceptional strength that's particularly dangerous in a swarm. 1200 attack, 1000 defense. This is a level 4. These stats are not level 4 stats. Just gonna point that out. The good old fashioned days. Next one is a spell card, Sword of Deep Seated. It is an equipped spell card. A monster card equipped with this card increases attack and defense by 500. When this card is sent to the graveyard, place it on top of your deck. Was that the case for all equipped cards back in the day, or a lot of them? Because that seems to be an effect for a bunch of them. Our rare is not just any rare. This is an ultra rare. Oh, wow. What a card right here. Okay, so we got it. We got one of the cool ones. It's not the secret rare, but hey, I'm fine with it. I think this is an ultra rare, at least because you can see the shine on both aspects of it. It's a counter trap card. Pay 1,000 of your life points to negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. I know this card was used all the time back in the day. I don't know if it's still used now, but wow, I'm excited about this. We got one. We got one in one of the 4 packs. I'm so happy about that. And it's a classic card too. White Magical Hat, level 3 light monster. It's a spellcaster with the effect. When this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, one card must be discarded randomly from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. The effect is great. The stats are not so great. I'm still so happy we got this. Wow. Oh, man. Next one we're going to go is Queen's Double. Just set this right there. Level 1 Earth-type monster. The warrior with the effect, this monster may attack your opponent's life points directly for a whopping 350 damage. Because you know how that goes. And then immediately we'll get blasted over by another card. Bottom Dweller. It is a level 5 water-type monster with 1650 attack and 1700 defense, because that's level 5 material right there. It's a fish. That itself is crazy. There are fish monsters, which you never see. This is one sea creature whose wrath is something monsters fear to face. Look at that. And then our 2 cards left. One of them is Kaminari Attack. It's a level 5 monster. It's a thunder fusion between Aki Beam and Mega Thunderball. Right there. It has 1900 attack, 1400 defense, because when you fusion summon, you want to toss out the polymerization. These 2 cards for a whopping 1900 attack monster, level 5. Finally, Ancient Elf, a level 4 monster, Earth type. It's a spellcaster. This elf is rumored to have lived for thousands of years. He leads an army of spirits against his enemies. 1450 attack, 1200 defense. Look at that. So to go over this pack, which I'm excited about because we got this. Oh my gosh. Crass Clown, Killing Needle, Sword of Deep-Seated, 7 Tools of the Bandit, White Magical Hats, Queen Doubles, Bottom Dweller, Kaminari Attack, and Ancient Elf. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy about this. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I'm not like screaming at the top of my lungs or anything, but I'm just so happy that out of the one of the 4 packs at least, and who knows what we get in Dark Crisis, but I'm so happy that we got one of the, because this isn't guaranteed in these packs, so, oh, this is so cool. Alright, so last but certainly not least, if you've enjoyed, I don't normally like asking for them, but if you've enjoyed this holiday episode, I would recommend liking the video and subscribing to the channel, checking out other content on here, because I've been doing pack openings for a while, for the entire month so far, and I'm going to continue doing it for at least the remainder of the month. And with that, Dark Crisis is on the ballot. This one is 9 cards in every pack. Collect 67 commons, 17 rares, 10 super rares, 10 ultra rares, and 2 secret rare cards. Is it possible? Could we get multiple? We got one already, and I'm excited about it because it's a classic card. It negates traps, which is always a fun card, used all the time back in the day. Let's see if we can do the impossible and do it again. Pull another, like Ultra, Super, or possibly a Secret Rare. We're going to start off with Ojama Trio. It's a trap card. Special summon 3 Ojama tokens. Beast type, light, level 2, attack 0, defense 1000. In defense position on your opponent's side of the field. Tokens cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. However, they can be link summoned, although obviously they didn't know about it back then. When the Ojama token is destroyed, the controller of that token takes 300 points of damage. Yep, good card. Next one, Checkmate. Checkmate is a spell card. Target 1 Archfiend monster on your side of the field. During this turn, 1 Terra King Archfiend on your side of the field can attack your opponent's life points directly. Okay. Seems like an interesting card. I don't know. Are there smaller Archfiend cards? The only Archfiend card that I can think of is Summon Skull, of course. So, next card is Dark Scorpion Chick the Yellow. So we go on to the Dark Scorpions here. Level 3 Dark type monster, warrior with the effect. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, you can select and activate one of the effects. Return 1 card on the field to its owner's hand. Pick up 1 card on the top of your opponent's deck. If your opponent does not look at the card, select the top and bottom of the deck and return the card there. Return 1 card to the owner's hand could be big. I assume you could use that for, like, if you can use that for Fusion Summon and other types of cards like that, then that would be really good. Next card is Shadow Knight Archfiend. Alright, so here's one of the Archfiend cards I mentioned earlier. Level 4 Wind type monster. It's a fiend with the effect. The controller of this card pays 900 life points during each of his or her standby phase. This is not optional. When this card is targeted by the effect of a card controlled by your opponent, when resolving the effect, roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 3, negate the effect and destroy the opponent's card. The battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is halved. I'm not sure how good this card is. This doesn't look like a particularly great card. Sure, it's got 2000 attack, which back then was insane for a level 4, but it's got so many downsides to it, I'm not sure if you'd even want to play it. Alright, I think at this point we would figure out if we got a super rare or something like that. We didn't. This was supposed to be it. It's not. That's unfortunate, but still we got really lucky with the 7 Tools of the Bandit. Legendary Flame Lord. This is a level 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fire type monster. It's a spellcaster or ritual with the effect. This card can only be ritual summoned with the ritual spell card Incandescent. I know how to say the word. Incandescent Ordeal. You know what? Maybe I don't. You must also attribute monsters whose total level equals 7 or more from the field or your hand. Each time you or your opponent activates a spell card, put a spell counter on this. Remove 3 spell counters from this card to destroy all monsters on the field except this card. So it's a dark hole with the exception of this card if you can get 3 spells played by either player. Either player. So if you activate 3 spells, you can instantly use this effect as well. 2400 attack, 2000 defense for a level 7 rituals monster back then. Not too shabby. Next up is Dice Reroll. This is a trap card. Once this turn, negate the 6-sided die roll and re-roll it. I don't know how much you want to use die in Yu-Gi-Oh! You want to leave it as little to chance as possible, but alright. Next one is Sasuke Samurai number 2. It's a wind level 1 warrior with the effect. Once per turn during your main phase, you can pay 800 life points. If you do, until this end phase, spell and trap cards cannot be activated. This card is not particularly great at all. It's not great at all, but hey. Next one An equip spell, Twin Swords of Flashing Light, Trice. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard to equip this card. Decrease the attack of a monster equipped with this card by 500. A monster equipped with this card can attack twice during the same battle phase. Alright, so you decrease it by 500, in exchange you can attack twice with it. That seems potentially good, although you have to send a card from your hand to the graveyard to equip it. That seems like a steep cost. Finally, Mustering of the Dark Scorpions. This goes with our Dark Scorpion here. That's a spell card. You can only activate this card when there's a face-up Donzaloo on your side of the field. You can special summon from your hand any of the cards that include Dark Scorpion in their card name, or a name Cliff the Trap Remover. You can only special summon up to one card with each name. That would include this guy right here. Cool. So that goes over this pack of Dark Crisis. We got Ojama Trio, Checkmate, Dark Scorpion, Chick the Yellow, Shadow Knight Archfiend. Our rare was Legendary Flame Lord. We also got Dice Reroll, Sasuke Samurai number 2, Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice, and Mustering of the Dark Scorpions. Thank you so much for watching this holiday episode. I hope you enjoyed. I'm still so excited about the fact that we got a special card, and it wasn't just 4 rares. We also got an ultra rare. Yeah, absolutely excited about that. Thank you very much for watching and supporting the Aduran region in any way, shape, or form that you do. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care.